My friend, my friend. Woo! We're going to be doing some gospel today. We're going to be doing this song, Zekiel saw the wheel, and this wheel, it's a wheel within a wheel, by the way. When we do this song, we're going to be going in the key of G. G major has 7 notes, 7 chords. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G for G major. We definitely have an A minor. If we move that A minor up, we get ourselves a good old-fashioned B minor. Hoo-ha, folks. C major is wonderful. If you learn how to play C major in different shapes and different places around this fretboard, you will be amazed at how quickly you'll be able to find the D shape and move it around the fretboard for different chords, like our F. F major, ta-da! When we play G major, we could use an F and a secondary finger and move it up for a G major as well. And if that just blew your mind, subscribe to this channel. I'm sure you're going to like it. Here we go. Zekiel saw the wheel. We're going to be playing in G. We have a 1 chord. Our 1 chord is going to be held for 3 measures of 4. So that's 12 beats, folks. And then we're going to play a quick C and then back to G. Now, if you're not all about moving triad to triad, not about learning these dyad to dyads, when you combine them, they make a full tone of an arrangement of something called a consonant. No dissonance there, folks. We can just take our G major and put a C over the top. That achieves something called a G sus4 and then goes back. What we're doing is we're keeping our fingering there, and it achieves the same thing the ear is looking for. So, lazy it up. That's what it's about, folks. Less steps. When we're playing the G major and we hold that through another bar, we can't go to the E minor, which everybody loves. It's a fun one, which should also be played like this, or G golly whiz, like this. When we do this next chord, we are playing something called an E7 or an E dominant 7. Alternatively, all 5 dominant chords have a different name. This one's called a G sharp diminished. It goes back into an A, but that's not what we're doing here. We're losing this as an E7, and it's going back to an A major, and then an A7 to a D7. Now, since we're playing the A7, I would suggest throwing down 2 fingers so it looks like an F sharp minor, and get rid of those pesky C sharps. When you do that, you're left with this, and it feels exactly like this. It's just a D7 with a D, F sharp, A, and a C in a different arrangement. This means that all the different notes are making inversions, and that's really what we're looking to do, so you can start moving these chords as movable chords and see where they work well together with. Yay. Oh, that actually, chord progression sounded fun. I'll go back to it later. So in this song, Zekiel saw the wheel. Let's start off slow with the melody and find that the G, Zekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Zekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. You can do a lot of really cool things with the melody, but what I just showed you is how to take something that could have been Zekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air, and you put a little flair or pizzazz into it by using different types of strums. Fun. So what we try to do is emulate those in slow motion. If you can, this is the song for it. Those little pauses, like counting your rhythms. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. These different subdivisions help you give a little pizzazz to your playing style. So when going through here, the hardest part is going to the E7, A7, to the D7, and then going back up to the G. Most people would just play that, move that finger forward, and throw them down. But since you already have this, because you did this monstrosity, why not just move it up to this and put a pinky down? You're now just playing G major and a secondary fingering. You know, I think Zekiel will be proud. Here we go. Zekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Zekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. And you could move this anywhere you want. Once you play the G and you're there, you can go back to the same G or keep it. Big wheel run by faith, little wheel run by the grace of God. Hold the G to the E7. Wheel inside a wheel. A7 way up in the middle of the air. When you do the G, there. The next part turns into the B section, onto which we're going to have a G major, and we're going to hear the words of wheel, wheel, wheel over the top of G. Here we go. Wheel, 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 wheel in the middle of the air. The second time it goes wheel, 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 and your note you're going to hit is a C. Here we go. Wheel, 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 G, wheel in the middle of the air. Now, this isn't the end of the song. I find this to be tickling. I've actually never heard this song before. I hope I'm doing it justice. The next part has a melody of Zekiel saw the wheel of time. Wheel middle of the wheel. 2, 3. Every spoke was humankind. Wheel in the middle of the air. Wheel. That's about it, but the chords over the top are really cool. Zekiel saw the wheel of time. Wheel in the a baritone kind of melody over the top of those. I know I'm singing it low, but it could have been see, Zekiel saw the wheel of time, wheel in the middle of the wheel. Okay, I can't sing the best here. And then it goes to the G7. Every spoke was humankind, wheel in the middle of the. It has a real particular way of putting the wheel in there, folks. I see it. The wheel's all over this place. Frankly, I don't know what they're talking about. They might be talking about Deuteronomy, but who knows? Gospel. Here we go, folks. If you enjoyed this, thumbs up. Put something cool in the comments section if you can. Keep it classy, clean. Put a song you're working on, maybe a question or two, and I can help you to get wherever you're trying to get. Aloha.